Alright guys, hello. Welcome back to the Stop PPL Scams channel. And this time I'm going to talk about going on your own to Europe, going as a tourist to Europe, specifically to Eastern Europe, where I was. I can't generalize whole Europe, but I mean it's a glimpse of what can happen to you, what the results can be when you go on your own, like without any real plans, with a specific woman. You don't have any leads, and you just go out there and present yourself, how that's like, what the experience is like, and what results you can expect. So today I woke up and I started reading all my notifications on my computer, and I saw my Instagram notifications because I had messaged one of the girls I met during my visit to Europe. And this girl, I met her in Prague with her friend. They were visiting Prague, and there, I approached both of them, KFC. And I tried to be funny, I tried to present myself in the best positive light, in the best possible state of mind. And, I wasn't rejected or anything like harsh. I didn't get any bad vibes or whatever. And I even got one of the girls' Instagram account. So since these girls were from what's the name of that country? Slovenia. Then I asked for her Instagram account only, relying on this platform's messaging service. And while we were still in Prague, I tried setting up a date, like even inviting both of them on my dollar to see if we could make something happen. In this case, she rejected. She didn't accept my invitation. She didn't accept going out with me. And so, wait a second. Alright, so I was driving here, but I lost my way here for a second, so I'm continuing this story. So what happened was that she gave me the excuse that she was already leaving to the next country they had decided to visit, so that she didn't have enough time, that she was tired from visiting lots of places there. And I did see her Instagram photos. It seemed like it was true, but then again, that if this was the case of if you were a celebrity, if you were Ryan Gosling or any of these motherfuckers, Hollywood actor would invite her to a date. It doesn't matter if she has to wake up the next morning at 5-6 a.m. as she told me, to get on the train to the train station with her friend, or even if she had to stay awake until midnight or 2 a.m. and then just get a couple hours of sleep, as long as she was able to meet this famous guy. And I'm not a famous guy. I'm not that high value, quote unquote, because this is just pretty much like money wise, they're higher value men. But what about their morals? What about their intentions with women? And all this, you can take into account to really know if you're a high value man. But that's another topic. It's beyond the point. And let's just focus on what happened. And so I met another one, which was a Hungarian girl who spoke Spanish. She didn't speak English, and I talked to her in Spanish, and she did understand everything. She had good Spanish, and I was trying to invite her on a date. Wanted to invite her out, and as fate would have it, her friend came along. She pretty much pissed on my approach party there, because you know how it is, how it goes with friends. They will be very, very jealous. They will cockblock you, and so I think that's pretty much what happened. The friend took her, and then I wasn't able to talk to her more. And I had just been talking to her for like about 4 to 5 minutes, which is not enough, for rapport building and all that. So I got her Instagram profile, and I set off to go back to my hotel room, and thinking I was going to get a date for the next day or for the next 2 days, but she didn't even respond. When I saw her, she was following me. She followed me back. Both girls, after I followed them, they followed me back. And I had another approach in Chisinau, Moldova, where I met a Ukrainian woman around 30 years old. Last two I was talking about were around 22 years old each, and this one was a bit older, old tatted up Ukrainian girl. And we had an instant date, or instadate, right there at the airport. I invited her to a lemonade. I was thinking of inviting her for something to eat, but she said that she had already eaten. So what I did was I took her Instagram, or I asked for her Instagram ID after the date, and we were talking for about 1 hour and a half, and everything seemed to be going smoothly. She laughed at my jokes. She had good English, like pretty decent English, with her Ukrainian accent, of course, but overall she could hold a good conversation. and I didn't have to explain myself too much. But after that, she said that she was leaving to Montenegro, and in Montenegro she published a few stories, a few pictures of her during her travel, and I tried continuing the conversation, but I was also busy, so I don't know if the amount of texting was not enough during the window of time. But I did realize that although I was traveling and doing all my stuff there, I did do or make an effort to stay in touch. And you know, by the date we had then I thought it was good enough for her to know me, and she could have just rejected me. She could have just turned me down when I told her we could continue things later, but she didn't. I mean, all these girls didn't do it. They didn't reject me. And the first one to fizzle out was this Ukrainian woman who actually removed me from her following. And when I saw, you know, it's back to private account, I had to ask for her permission first when I followed her, and then a couple weeks later she pretty much blocked me. But when I saw it was just like an unfollow. She was just not letting me see her photos, her contact, but she didn't block me completely. So after some dumb responses that she gave me, I came back with like a revenge text. I know that this is a bit frowned upon by many like dating experts and all that, but I mean, I just had to tell her some truths about her because of the way she pretty much ghosted me. She could have just, like I said from the beginning, she could have just rejected me and said, oh, you know, after this date I see that we're not very compatible, and I don't see any future, or I don't see that we're going to meet anytime soon, so we better just cut it off here or whatever. And you know, that's too much to expect from a woman. But she could have just politely said something on Instagram and let me know what she was thinking or something. And she just ghosted me, and I was being polite. I was being very nice to her. So like I said, some dating experts will tell me, no, like you did this and that wrong. But on my side, I feel that I did all I had to do. All that could have been expected from me was done. So I had to come back to her and tell her a couple truths about her. So you know, that's what happens. Some interactions really do go sour, and may make you go very angry about the outcome. So I mean, it wasn't like a huge investment, you know, I just met her at the airport, but still I lost a couple hours of my life, you know, trying to meet her, and you know, thinking that her choosing signals and all her flirtatious attitudes were a good indicator that she was really interested in me. So that did go sour. And you know, the other girls, like I said, today I was checking my notifications. The girl did respond, the one from Slovenia did respond to my texts about a YouTube video I saw, thinking it was her, but it turns out that it wasn't. It was a very similar girl, like a clone of her. I think that the only difference is that the model there on the YouTube video was a little bit more voluptuous. But if you see her face, you compare both, they're pretty much the same girl. Like you could even say, oh, that's like a girl before and after, like before going to the gym or getting some like some butt implants or some boob job done to her. But you know, she said that she wished she was that girl. So when I was checking her responses and everything, I noticed that the girl had already unfollowed me. So I mean, who does this? I mean, I know I'm not active on the platform. I don't do updates because I changed my phone. You know, I had to change my smartphone, and so I'm having problems with the app on this phone. And that's why I don't post very regularly, and that may make my account or my profile a bit boring. But you know, who does this? Like, you follow someone and then you unfollow for what? I mean, the other girl, I noticed that the Hungarian girl also unfollowed me after a conversation I had, or a few texts we exchanged, and she was thinking I was in my home country, but I told her that no, I lived in the US now. So she didn't reply after that when I said I'm in California, I live here now. She didn't reply at all. And then when I saw, she had already unfollowed me. I don't know what the deal is, if she hates the United States or people from here. I'm not exactly from here. I wasn't born here, but you know, that's a different topic. But I did notice this strange behavior from these women. And let's see who else I met. I don't know if I met someone else during my trip, but these were the main ones. And for them to all unfollow me on Instagram is a very strange thing. I mean, if anything, you keep these contacts for the future. If, for example, you know that you're going to travel to the US or travel to California, you know you have an acquaintance there. This person may not, I mean, as a man in general, looking to get laid or just getting dates or a relationship, you know, you keep women in your rotations, and not because they're not, like, if there are any updates on specific girl, you're just gonna unfollow them on Instagram. I mean, that's ludicrous. So if anything, they should have kept my contact, even if they were not gonna bang me or whatever, or date me. They could have kept my contacts and be normal about it, and I would have kept them as friends, or whatever you want to call it, pen pals. But these girls just burn bridges, and I mean, or they may have just thought that they were never gonna travel to the US, and just discarded me for that reason. So that's the way I see it. And I know this video is a bit long, this anecdote, but it's just what happened to me, and this is my analysis of what can happen to you if you just go like that to Europe, like with no prior communication. Just try to get your own leads and build up from scratch. I mean, it's nearly impossible. Even if you have all the tools, you know, the charisma, you may have, you know, that golden mouthpiece with the ladies, even in other countries, while you're a foreigner or while you're a tourist. But if these girls are not ready, they don't have, they're not willing to meet someone from scratch or from the street or whatever, from the tours they're doing, then I mean it's no use. And I mean, I give it to the agencies in Ukraine, Russia, and these places, that they act as an intermediate between foreign men and local Ukrainian women, because there's just too little to relate. I mean, if you're not in a niche, for example, from golf players or from people who love like certain types of music, then it's going to be very difficult to find common grounds. And I mean, the common grounds on marriage agencies is just that. I mean, marriage. Women from Eastern Europe wanting to meet a Western man, guy from the States, and move to the States or to another country. And when you go to Europe and meet just random women there, you don't know if they're interested in that. I mean, you don't know if they could be interested in a foreign man, but living in their own country. So it's just so random. You're never gonna know, and the match percentages, I would say, or my estimate would be like less than 10% if you go to the street, just try to meet random women or other random tourists, like it happened with these Slovenian girls. It's not going to happen. Like there's like 90-something% chance you're not gonna do anything unless you use like a very ultra direct approach and risk getting blown off from the start. And that's maybe what I should have done, but you know, it is what it is, and now I'm here, and I'm going back to online, trying some few legit agencies to see what goes. So if you have any questions, comments about this topic, I'll be glad to respond to you. So see you in the next video, and cheers. Alright, so just an addendum to this original recording. As I was going into Walmart, you know, I saw a couple employees talking about a situation they had, and I overheard a young girl saying, you don't have to be, or she doesn't have to be a bitch about it. Just say yes or no. So that's pretty much what I was thinking at the moment with these women. Actually, these 3 women I met in my trip to Europe. So it's something very simple. I mean, I rather get rejected with a no, or thank you but no thank you, something like that. You don't have to be a bitch about it if you don't like a guy. You know what I mean? It's so simple.